It's now time for Check Me Out, our weekly showcase of Nigerians achieving amazing things around the world. This week, we profile Professor Ndidi Nwaneri, a social philosopher and educational consultant. Let's check her out.
For every congratulations, there's a step up. After the congratulators leave, then your work starts. I am Ndidi Nwaneri, a social and political philosopher. I specialize in global justice and social justice. Check me out. I left Nigeria because, having worked in the development sector, I lost faith in the NGO social development sector in Nigeria. I figured that the challenges were coming from bad public policies. By the end of the Obasanjo regime in 2007, I could have continued working in Abuja as a policy person, but I opted to go to the US to study the thinking behind policy. The first thing that struck me was culture shock. It was the fact that it was a very individualistic society. But at the same time, so I was very ill prepared as a person because I was so fixated and excited about going into a graduate program and actually doing the kind of research I wanted to do. I forgot that I was letting go of my entire emotional support system. That was very difficult. The educational system was different, and don't forget, my first degree was in economics. My master's was going to be in public policy. So it was a very difficult transition. I did way more work than I was required to do. I grabbed everything in the kitchen sink and just read for hours and hours and hours, and that's how I adjusted to it. Recently, Kaduna State government has been in the news because they got rid of a large percentage of their teachers, having tested them, and they saw that they were not very well qualified. So one of the things that they decided to do was to create an entire education policy document. I was the lead researcher for that, and we submitted it just before the end of the last administration. So they have a new policy document that is cohesive and comprehensive and applies to Kaduna State. I've also been involved with aesthetics in Nigeria. A pet project of mine is extracting what is indigenous philosophy as a way of applying it to public policy. Women and children, particularly weaker people in society, should just learn to stand up for themselves. Everybody should fight for their agency as individuals and as collectives. I am Ndidi Nwaneri. You just checked me out.
Ndidi Nwaneri there, changing the face of Nigeria's education system. Now let's take a quick reminder of our top story. Heavy rains in Lagos. Residents urge authorities to improve the state's drainage system to keep floodwaters away. And that's where we're wrapping up today's program. Don't forget, we want to hear your views, so join the conversation right now on Twitter at @JustNigeriaTV. And for more on any of our stories, visit bbc.com/Africa and channelstv.com. Thank you so much for staying with us. Until next time, I'm Ajoke Hulotse. Goodbye.